Hello and welcome to another episode of the Pocket English Podcast. I am so happy you are here with us today. This is the place where you can learn English in your pocket whenever you have a few minutes to spare. We are here to help you build your confidence, one small step at a time. And I am really excited about today's lesson. It is good to be here with you. Today we are going to talk about a very specific problem. It is a problem that I think almost every English learner has faced. Oh, absolutely. I know I have faced it when learning other languages. It is that terrible moment when you freeze. Exactly. You know the feeling. You are in a conversation, someone asks you a question, or maybe you want to tell a story. In your head, in your native language, you have a perfect, beautiful sentence. It is smart, it is funny, it is complex. But then you try to say it in English. You open your mouth and nothing happens. You stop. You start looking for a specific word. You say, and you get nervous. Your hands start to sweat. And finally, you just say, never mind. That is the worst feeling. You feel like you failed. But here is the secret we want to share with you today. You did not fail because your English is bad. You failed because your idea was too big. That is right. The problem is that in your head, you are an adult. You have complex thoughts. But in English, your mouth is still learning. Your mouth is maybe at a simpler level. So what happens? You try to push a big, complex adult thought through a door that is a little bit too small. So today, we are going to teach you how to fix this. We are going to teach you the simplification rule. This is a tool that will stop you from freezing. It will help you speak faster. And honestly, it will help you feel much more relaxed. I love this rule. It changed everything for me when I was learning a second language. The rule is very simple. Stop translating words. Start translating ideas. Let's say that again because it is so important. Stop translating words. Start translating ideas. Here is what we mean. Usually, you have a sentence in your native language. Maybe it's something like, I am completely overwhelmed by the deadline of this project. That is a big sentence. It is a big sentence. It has hard words like overwhelmed and deadline. If you try to translate that word for word, you will get stuck on overwhelmed. You will panic. So the simplification rule says, do not look for the word overwhelmed. Instead, ask yourself, what is the simple idea? What does a child say when they feel this way? A child says, I have too much work, or I am tired. Exactly. And guess what? If you say, I have too much work, everyone understands you. The message is perfect. You did not freeze, you kept talking. So today, we are going to practice this together. We are going to look at 3 different situations: work, travel, and feelings. We will show you the hard way, which makes you freeze, and the simple way, which makes you fluent. This is going to be great practice. And before we start, remember, if you want to keep improving your English every day with simple, friendly lessons like this, please make sure you subscribe to our channel. It really helps us make more lessons for you. Okay, let's start with our first situation, work. We all get nervous speaking English at work. We want to sound professional. We want to sound smart. Right. So imagine you are in a meeting. Your boss asks you if you can finish a report by Friday. In your head, you want to say something very polite and complex. Maybe you want to say, I am not entirely certain if the allocation of time will be sufficient for the task. Wow, that is a headache. Even for a native speaker, that is a complicated sentence. Allocation, sufficient. If you search for those words, you will be silent for 10 seconds. And silence is scary. So let's apply the simplification rule. What is the core idea? What is the real truth? The truth is, you need more time. So simply say, I need more time, or I cannot finish by Friday. Let's try another one. Imagine you are late for a meeting. You want to explain why. In your head, you think the traffic congestion on the highway was exceptionally severe today due to an accident. Congestion, exceptionally, severe. Too many hard words. If you try to say that, you will stumble. You will make grammar mistakes, and you will feel stressed. So let's simplify. What is the basic idea? The car stopped. The traffic was bad. I was late because of traffic. That is perfect. I was late because of traffic. It is clear, it is professional, and most importantly, you can say it instantly. You don't have to think. Let's practice this. I want you, the listener, to try this with us. We will say a complex idea. We want you to listen, and then we will give you the simple version. I want you to repeat the simple version out loud. Are you ready? Here's the complex idea. I am currently occupied with a different assignment. Now here's the simple version. Repeat after me. I am busy right now. I am busy right now. Great. Let's try one more for work. Here's the complex idea. We require additional assistance to complete this objective. That is too formal. Here's the simple version. Repeat after me. We need help. We need help.
See? It feels good, doesn't it? It feels light. You aren't fighting with the language. You are just using it. Now, some of you might be thinking, but wait, if I speak simply, will I sound like a baby? Will people think I am not smart? That is a very common fear. But the answer is no. Actually, native speakers love simple English. Simple English is clear. It is honest. When you use big words incorrectly, it is confusing. When you use simple words correctly, it is powerful. Think about the best public speakers. They don't use giant words, they use clear words. So don't worry about sounding simple. Worry about being understood. Being understood is the goal. Let's move to our second situation, feelings and emotions. This is where people get stuck the most. We have complex feelings and we want to express them perfectly. Oh, definitely. Imagine you are talking to a friend. You had a bad day. You want to say, I feel incredibly frustrated by the lack of progress in my life. That is a deep thought. But if you try to find the word frustrated or progress, you might stop talking. How can we make this simple? What is the feeling? I am sad, or I am not happy, or I had a bad day. Let's try I had a bad day. It is short, it is strong, and it invites your friend to ask why. Then you can tell more simple sentences. Let's try a happy one. Maybe you went to a party. You want to say, the atmosphere was absolutely electric and the company was delightful. Atmosphere, electric, delightful. Those are poetic words, but are they necessary? No. What is the simple idea? The party was great. The people were nice. The party was great. The people were nice. Subject, verb, object. Subject, verb, adjective. It is the golden formula. Let's do a repeat after me practice for feelings. I will give you the heavy, complex thought. You wait for the simple one, and then say it loud and clear. Here is the complex thought. I am experiencing a great deal of anxiety about the upcoming exam. And here is the simple version. Repeat after me. I am nervous about the test. I am nervous about the test. Good. Let's try one more. Complex thought. I was completely astonished by the surprise birthday celebration. And the simple version. Repeat after me. I was so surprised. I was so surprised. Excellent. You are doing great. I hope you can feel how much easier this is on your brain. You don't have to work so hard. You just have to find the core message. Now, we are going to do something a little different. We are going to listen to a full conversation. We are going to role-play a dialogue between two friends, Sarah and Mark. But here's the rule. We are only allowed to use simple sentences. No sentence can have more than 6 or 7 words. We want to show you that you can tell a whole story just by keeping it simple. So in this story, I went to the airport, but I had a problem. Listen to how we talk. Listen to the short sentences. Hey Mark, how are you? I am okay, but I am tired. Why are you tired? I went to the airport yesterday. Oh really? Did you go on a trip? No, I went to pick up my sister. That is nice. Is she here now? Yes, but her plane was late. Oh no, how late was it? It was 3 hours late. That is a long time. What did you do? I waited in a cafe. I drank coffee. I read a book. Was the coffee good? No, it was cold, but the book was good. Well, I'm glad she is here. Me too. Now I need to sleep. Okay, let's stop there. Did you hear that conversation? It was a full story. We talked about the airport, a sister, a delay, a cafe, coffee, and a book. And we understood everything. There was no confusion. But look at the grammar. It was all simple past. I went, I waited, it was late. If Mark had tried to say, my sister's flight experienced a significant delay causing me to wait for an extended period, he might have panicked. He might have messed up the grammar. Exactly. But by breaking it into small pieces, the plane was late, I waited. He was able to tell the whole story fluently. Fluency is not about big words. Fluency is about flow. It is about keeping the river moving. So how can you practice this? Because this is a skill. You have to train your brain to think simply. I have a great challenge for everyone listening. It is a game you can play by yourself. It is called How Would a Child Say It game. I love this game. Here's how it works. Throughout your day, whenever you have a complex thought, catch yourself, stop, and ask, how would a child say this? For example, maybe you are cooking dinner. You think, I am preparing a culinary masterpiece with various spices. Stop. How would a child say it? I am cooking dinner. It smells good. Yes. Or maybe you are watching a movie. You think, the plot of this film is incredibly confusing and hard to follow. Stop. Simplify. I don't understand this movie. Exactly. If you do this for just one day, you will be amazed. You will realize that you already know enough English to talk about almost anything. You really do. You have the vocabulary. You just need to lower the barrier. Many of our listeners are at the A2 or B1 level. That means you know the most important 1,000 or 2,000 words. Did you know that with those words, you can say almost anything?
It is true. You don't need the word exhausted if you know very tired. You don't need the word wealthy if you know very rich. You don't need the word purchase if you know buy. So here is your homework for today. We always want to give you something real to do. Next time you have a conversation in English, or even if you are just practicing talking to yourself in the mirror, make a promise. Promise yourself that you will not try to be smart. Promise yourself that you will be simple. If you feel yourself freezing, if you feel that panic coming, stop, take a breath, and make the sentence smaller. Cut it in half. Use easy verbs. Use easy nouns. If you do this, you will see the other person relax too. Conversation is about connection, not perfection. They want to know what you think, not how many dictionary words you know. We really hope this helps you. It is a mindset shift. It takes a little time to get used to it, but once you start thinking simply, speaking becomes fun again. And that is what we want for you. We want English to be fun. We want it to be a useful tool in your pocket, not a heavy weight on your shoulders. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of Pocket English Podcast. If you found this helpful, please take a second to like this video or leave a comment. In the comments, try it out. Write us one simple sentence about your day. Don't worry about making it fancy. Just tell us, how are you? What did you do? Keep it simple. We read every comment and we love seeing your English grow. We will be back very soon with another pocket-sized lesson. Until then, remember, keep it simple and keep talking. See you next time. Bye, everyone.